They're going to go for the Beatrix. We talked about this, right? So it's, again, I think the point about the Melissa doesn't really fit too well, or just because what SRG has, right? Melissa just doesn't get the space to move. But Beatrix, you get strong lane, you get scaling, and you can start fighting very early on with the rest of your team.
I guess for SRG, they are kind of putting the ball onto the side of the court for Todak, right? Do you want to stick to your Beatrix game, or do you just want to take this bait of taking the Harif? Because if you don't take the Harif, we are pretty okay with that, right? Because we have the Gato Gacha, we've got the Aurora, we've got our own ways to deny an area just so that we have the longevity of our Harif within the Zaman Force. So if it goes to you, we are fine. Goes to us, we're happy.
Beatrix is honestly a perfect hero because you can pivot no matter what. And it's like you don't pivot the draft, you just pivot the playstyle, right?
Yeah.
If it looks like a poking game, sure, play poke with Beatrix. If it looks like a team fight, go for a team fight. And like we predicted as well,
Akai.
they picked up the Harif. And Akai so far has 100% win rate in Malaysia. Maybe a little bit of anti-synergy here, but I feel like the Akai is mostly plan B.
Yeah, but it gives you 2 layers to deal with fights, right?
Yeah.
You can disengage, or you can start a fight. So many things that Tora needs to think of, and especially Akai is a horrible target for the Cho to go for because he just has the natural purify with the heavy spin.
This kind of seems like the fact that we are looking at the jungle, the last pick. Honestly, what exactly could we be looking at? Is it back to the same idea of Suyo versus Alpha thing?
Honestly, the Alpha could still be solid here. The only thing is I'm worried if the Alpha goes in, there's too much crowd control here. So maybe he will opt for an Assassin still. He does love the Lancelot. The Lancelot theoretically can fight against the Suyo, but I still think Suyo will win that one. And they go for the Export. You know what? Never mind.
Perfect.
Export. Perfect. I love it. I love it.
Oh!
We've seen examples yesterday when Red went up against Red went up against JP9 game 2. Export, incredibly oppressive. You want to play front to back, you want to play tanky, I'm going to chip away your health bar.
Let me just say, I love the draft coming
in Edu CD Sports Complex right here in Johor Bahru. Game number 1, Selangor Red Giants against Todak SRG on that blue side, Todak on the red.
So right off the bat, it does definitely seem that for the side of SRG, there's going to be starting off onto the orange side, and Zayat doing the same. Going to end up in very opposite directions, and I would believe that the gold lane is on the top, actually. So one thing's for sure is that Suyo will end up in the top lane, putting quite a bit of a pressure over to the side of Beatrix if they really want to, despite the fact that Harif would have a pretty good ways of poking the Beatrix out anyway.
Right now, I want to look into the future here, where we're looking at how they're both going to contest the objectives, because Selangor Giants having Suyo has an 80% chance higher rate to actually secure anything. And for Todak, I kind of feel like you just got to go for the fights. You have the export. You poke them out. If they're low enough, you go in. So I'm really looking at both teams trying to play differently here. Todak wants to get those kills, where Selangor Giants, they want map pressure.
Yeah. And then one of the easiest ways, the most straightforward ways to do it with export, you break the armor, right? You threaten the Faraga armor. The lesser armor health the export has, the lesser agency that Todak has to use him as an ammunition to start a fight.
Now, one thing when it comes down to the final for the last insanity is that it is a very good panic button in the midst of all of these terror from Stormy, from Humes, or perhaps even from Crab. You can really get yourself away from many of these situations just because of the fact that you are not afraid of anything. You have got quite a bit of iframes.
Momo does lose most of his health. Yumes gets the knockup. That's flicker out for Momo. Zai and Yellow arrives. Yumes will have to flicker himself. Both teams looking for a disengage. But again, you want to break that armor. SRG tried, but couldn't get it.
Good discipline coming in from Todak. They completely understand that there's going to be a gank down the EXP, so they're making sure that Momo is relatively okay, especially looking at how the lanes. Cram has been winning that lane relatively well. Now Selangor Red Giants with the draft, they should have priority here over the Turtle. We're going to see how Todak is going to contest this.
Both Romas not for it yet, and Sakai, he's going to take the Turtle, no problem. Yanlo can't do much, even committing the potential Avatar of the Guardian, but Cram doesn't get it off. Not that it matters too much.
How did he cancel that?
Yeah, I have.
That's actually impressive.
No idea. Like, I only know that you can cancel it with like the Force Ejector.
Oh, they're going to use it for review this time. Let's flicker out from Yanlord.
I mean, here's the thing. I've been cancelled out of my Avatar of the Guardian, but that's when I'm getting CC'd. I guess if the export pullback can cancel, then I think so. I guess that's something new that we've learned today.
That's interesting. So you can really make full use of the fact that if you really want to bait the opponents to think, yeah, you know, there is going to be an AOG coming in, then you can kind of play it around that as long as you see the export just kind of going for it.
All right, now honestly, looking at how the lanes have been playing out, I'm looking at both the side laners, and it looks like Innocent as well as Cram, they're not losing the lanes against Chico Guys as well as Momo, though I would argue that Chico Guys not dying is winning the lane.
Oh yeah, I think that's exactly what Todak wants to go for. Again, we talk about Chico. He's definitely not the best in terms of laning, but he's a stable anchor when you need him. And to be fair, Todak has been keeping on par in terms of pacing with SRG for the first 3 minutes.
But when it comes down to the pacing, it does seem like SRG, they are definitely taking the grand control of the river line throughout all this time. But in the meantime, take a look.
Ooh, first blood. Very straightforward. Both bushes are occupied by SRG, and Yanlord ate it.
Toda, they need to be careful because Selangor Giants, they have their own timers. Selangor Giants is the strongest when it comes to the third turtle. The second turtle is where they start to ramp up, but at third turtle, that's where they show their real strength as a team.
Momo is going to lose most of his health again as SRG trying to take him out. The guys will try. The iframe misses the opportunity, and Momo survives.
But a bit of pressure coming in from the side of Sakai's. I mean, he's constantly been just kind of popping down in the bottom lane and just giving the top lane away for... not really away, but just leaving it to Innocent. I mean, you guys have been talking about Innocent. He don't just hard shove or rather hard win the lanes anymore. What's up with that?
No, I kind of feel like if I'm a jungler and I have... Oh, well, before that, looks at Stormy.
There's his passive out. No damage to follow up, and Zai wants the turtle. So Toda, they're not going to commit, but at least they bring Stormy low enough. Now the question is, can they get the job done? Because Stormy will flicker away from Yanlord as this fight now splits into two parts. Yunus will deal with Zayat. They get the knock up, heavy spin. That's going to be Ferraga armor expended. Yunus will look to throw his life away as Zayat takes him out. The explosion comes through. Zayat gets the turtle. Momo follows up. Sakai is now compromised. Slammed by the monument, and Toda finds two.
Now that's the X factor that I'm looking out for from the side of Momo. Zayat definitely didn't manage to keep his Ferraga armor just by a tad little bit.
And then take a kick. They want more than just two. Two ain't enough. Yanlord is gonna go down to Innocent, but Todak have done more than we expected. Innocent with the damage for dash around, chrono dash, damage not there, and Todak makes it out with 4.
Let me just say how impressive Todak is playing right now, because we heard from Kuja, there's 2 shot callers in the team. It's Zion Senpai and Chico guys, and both are very fundamentally different, where Chico guys is very aggressive, where Zion Senpai is more calculated. And in that fight, I see both sides. I've seen the chaos, and I've seen the calculations.
That is definitely quite a bit of unfortunate kind of stance from the side of SRG, right? When it comes down to the heavy spin, they really wanted to just get Zayat out of the game and just make sure that he doesn't have the Ferraga armor to get that final burst with the last insanity. But with just a tad sliver bit of the Ferraga armor, that eventually sealed the deal for Todak to get the turtle down. I thought it would be great for Todak when it comes down to the fact that they already took the Pride of Ice away from Stormy, but I didn't think it would be like that.
Stormy is going to be kicked again into the RWM. Todak have set up a kill box. Yums cannot save his Roma. They bring Cram into the fray to look for Zion Senpai. That's a trade. Rejuvenate used by Cram to keep his team healthy. Yanlord, another Taekwondo knockup, and Zayat is barbecue, baby. Welcome to Texas. Zayat last daddy under the turret. Cram drops down low, but it's 4 of Todak on him. They want to get Cram out. He escapes, but again, damage sustained by SRG, and Innocent has to pick up the pieces. But the damage was in. Done up by Momo. Final blow not achieved. Turret saved. Innocent stays alive.
You know what? If you want a friend, you want a friend like Momo.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I want a friend like Yanlord.
Dude, at this point, Yanlord and Momo, they're both frontliners, but Yanlord's the sword and Momo's the shield. Yanlord is the one being aggressive in the backlines, making sure that the fight is disrupted, while Momo is making sure if anyone's gonna die, they're gonna die after me, not before me.
They're dealing with the pillars one at a time, right? So Selangor Red Giants, they are Stormy, just constantly being oppressed by Yanlord. After knowing that the fact that he already used his flicker, that's definitely important.
Oh, that's a big Bandits race into RWM. So AOG out for Cram. Todak taking out resources from SRG, and Yanlord has been a big menace. We're looking for the heavy spin, but with Zayat around, it is impossible.
Again!
To steal, but can't get it. Stormy gets picked back, flickers to safety. He's burning to the glowing one, but will survive for now. So guys, again with the Blaze Surge, rejuvenate from Cram, keeping it healthy. Todak will just back off. They've gotten the turtle.
Gentlemen, a moment of silence to really think about this. How much has Zayat grown that he's using an X-Board and he has won 2 turtle takes against a Suyo?
Oh yeah, I unheard of, right? You're looking at Suyo with a Soul Sever, execute, no damage cap and retreat, and still Zayat's winning out.
Now, is this really about, all about Zayat? I know that Zayat is definitely improving a lot, but we
Yanlord, man.
about...
Yeah,
I mean,
it's Yanlord, man.
It is Yanlord, honestly.
It's Yanlord, 100%. Yanlord, you guys were talking about it during the walk-ins.
tip of the spear, right? The show.
the spear.
Dude.
One of the signature picks.
Don't look at the KDA, man. Look at how this guy has been playing. He should be the MVP.
He's pivotal in this game. He's constantly finding these angles onto Stormy, and Stormy didn't have any chance to play for the past 2 of these team fights.
You said it best abstract. Yanlor is the tip of the spear. Momo is the person that wields it, and both of them so far has been allowing Todak and enabling these openings. And Todak now have controlled 3K goal lead at 8.5 minutes in.
Both players, people relatively don't talk about them that much because there's so much highlight plays coming in from Chico guys and Zayed, but really, they're enablers. They're making sure that their damage dealers can do their job as damage dealers. At this point, the life of Chico guys and Zayed is actually pretty easy. You just do your own thing. Everyone else worries about how to set it up for you.
This is not what I expected coming in from a game between these 2 giants, right? SRG having their back against the wall 9 minutes in and losing by 2,000 gold in the economy side. Damn, Todak very strong right off the bat, and to lead up to all of that, we've got the Lord is coming up right about now, and Todak has got the priority on top of that. Zayed is level 12, Mosekais is also level 12. It is still not out of the woods yet for Todak.
But Zayed is ahead in experience, right? They can buy time, and now Flicker King. They got stuck, guys. The guy gotta get out with the ultimate. Quell the Evo, play stirs everything from the kitchen sink, but Todak is on top of the case. Yellow looks for another knockup. Momo to go up with in front of Pursuit. Innocent. He's gonna be zoned out by Momo. No junglers for SRG. Todak now half advantage.
Yeah, honestly, Chico guys kind of walked towards Cram, wanting to actually catch him off guard, but right now, Todak, again, they're controlling the Lord, and they're doing it so well. They're making sure that they're disciplined, not going for unnecessary fights. Todak, what happened in these 2 weeks? They really want to go back to the M series.
They want to show Selangor Red Giants who's the boss, and the fact that their throne was taken away. Now, today, this season is not gonna be the case. They will be at the top of the summit.
It's just game number 1, boys, and the game number 1 is not over. Selangor Red Giants, they're champions for a reason. No matter how bad the situation is, these are players that completely understand the flow of the game. They understand the strengths and weaknesses of the heroes on their side and the opposing side.
Yeah.
There's always a chance, right? This is where you really challenge a champion. How do you get back from a 3K deficit?
A great team knows how to play from behind, and SRG has shown it multiple times. The problem now is Todak, they've got their eyes on the prize. They know the exact target. Stormy and Sakai, the weaker link in this current situation. The pillars crumble when Todak finds these picks. They're gonna try for a concealed play. This Lord will be the bait. Yan Lord looking for an opening again. Bandit Spray to zone out the members of SRG. They will be able to get rid of the Lord, protect the structures, but all outer tier towers will fall.
Let me just say, we gotta look at this Cho, man. This Cho, that's a lot of damage. This Cho is making the prodigy Stormy unable to play his game.
Yep, he's awkwardly very consistent in this game. Whenever I'm looking at him, he's already got the angles in, and he's already zoomed in on either on Stormy or onto Sakai. His timing is just impeccable and constantly just finds them in the most awkward situations, and boom, a kick you go, and you're dead.
Imagine if Todak did ban out the Ruby so that Yums can use the Ruby, it might be a different story.
That's why they banned the Ruby, right? Now Yums with the flicker to the back. Another kick! They found Stormy! Simon puts on the box. They can't reach him. Cram will try. They will take out Simon Boy, but Stormy will be the trade. Cram is gonna go down. Unfortunately, there's just nothing the SRG can do. Yeah, Lord! Finds it again!
Selangor Red Giants. Now they're in the red zone. Sakai has to retreat. Momo follows him back. But now using the flicker just to survive. Todak, with this push, they're able to get the mid and the top inhibitor. Selangor Red Giants in trouble.
They're going to look for an angle. Yanlor will try, cannot find the kick. The guys needs to get rid of the wave. The
There
kick
we go.
away from the bad range, but it doesn't matter. It's just up to you. Stormy just came back. The wave will be cleared out just in time. Desperation move from SRG, but Todak have gotten what they came here for. Innocent, we're back in the frame, but Zai would throw out that ultimate last standing on Stormy. Your life is the resource, and we are here to take every single vestige of it. Cram with the AOG, cuts off the escape route. Innocent needs to go big. Can he go big enough? Momo stops him. They need 10 more seconds, but they don't have it. Todak will impale SRG in the chest, and game 1 will go over to the SWAT Fishes.
Game number 1 goes to Todak. They won the first game against defending